LTU Sports Report is brought to you by the City of Southfield, the center of it all, and Hungry Howie's, famous for flavor.
Welcome everyone, I'm Dylan Morello and I'll be your host for this jam-packed installment of the LTU Sports Report. This week we got a pair of exciting season highlights, a student-athlete alumni spotlight, and of course, some conditioning tips. But let's kick off this show right now with a Get to Know You segment.
My name is Kevin Bowman. My major is business administration at the LTU and my sport is tennis. Activity during the quarantine is to do my other sports at home. I mean, usually I play a lot of tennis, and during that time I had the opportunity to do other exercises at home and to make sure that my physical conditions are at a high level to be ready to play tennis at a high level again. My favorite superhero is probably Dash from The Incredibles. Because when I was young, I always watched The Incredibles with my sister and my family, and Dash was the person I liked the most because he was so super fast and he had kind of a personality like I do. One thing I want to do in life is probably rent a boat for 1 or 2 weeks and just travel the ocean with my family or with a friend or my wife, I don't know. And yeah, just enjoy the beautiful ocean. My favorite vacation spot is probably Side in Turkey because I went there a couple of times with my family and also my tennis team because we always practice there twice a year, and the weather was always great, the atmosphere and also the food was perfect.
On this episode, we got a double dose of LTU's head strength and conditioning coach, Brian Whiting. Let's go see what he's been cooking up.
All right, put down the chips and Xbox controller. I got a 10-minute core blaster workout for you to do. 60-second plank, 60-second leg lift, 60-second straight leg sit-up. 3 rounds of that, minimal rest in between. Get to work.
All summer long, we've been taking a look back at some of the Blue Devils' 2019-20 team highlights. Up next is the men's basketball team.
Can't outrun or outlift a bad diet. Here's what you should be doing. Make good decisions.
The LTU cross country teams announced their fall schedule this week, so to celebrate, we put together this supercut of their 2019-20 season. Our final segment of the show features one of the all-time most successful members of the women's lacrosse team, who is now part of their coaching staff. Let's go take a look at what she's been up to.
My name's Ashley Collins, and I just graduated in May 2020 from Lawrence Tech with a Master's of Architectural Engineering degree. So I started at LTU in 2014, so I knew I wanted to do like architectural engineering, which is a relatively new major. There's only 2 programs in the country that have a 5-year master's program, and Lawrence Tech is one of them. So once I realized I had a lacrosse team, I kind of reached out to the coach, and she came and watched me. And then from there, I went on a visit, and it was just like a perfect fit. Obviously, it helps pay for school, which is nice. And just being able to play a competitive sport, like I think is awesome. And I always wanted to do that. I think it kind of did feel surreal at first because, you know, I'm signing it, but I'm not on campus yet. And obviously my parents were very proud of me. Yeah, as a freshman coming in, obviously I was new. I didn't really know like what our competition was going to be like, this and that. But we had like a really good team atmosphere, and we were always like, we can win, we can win, we can do this. And then it came true basically, where we were a top team, and we went all the way to the national championship game. Like, I just really couldn't believe it, you know, like, I'm like, oh my gosh, like, I'm a freshman, like, playing in these big time games, like, this is insane. There's a lot of good parts about being a part of Lawrence Tech women's lacrosse team. We're a family, and it's the best part is, you know, traveling with each other every weekend, staying in hotels, you know, just grinding at practice together, and then, you know, seeing it play out on Wednesdays and Saturdays and seeing that hard work pay off. Just like in the classroom, you're given a task, an assignment, you learn how to perform it, and you go out there and do it. And I think that structure and just the pressure to perform at a top level every day, I think set me up to be successful at Lawrence Tech. You know, when you go and talk to employers and they see on your resume that like you played a sport also while going to Lawrence Tech, that's huge for them. Like, they really look for it and appreciate it. Lawrence Tech does a really good job in the fact that they're always pushing you and challenging you to reach that next level that you don't see at a lot of other universities, which helps you stand out to employers.
That's it for this week, but before we go, we'd like to wish you a wonderful 4th of July. Everyone at the LTU Sports Report hopes it's a happy and healthy one for you and your loved ones. As always, make sure to stay up to date with LTU Athletics by following them on social media. This has been Dylan Morello. I'll see you next time.